episode, another time to get real with you on the Hello Day podcast. Shiko Kaitani here. Asante sana for the love that we are receiving. I hope you've been sharing this content with someone, okay? Because it's all about finding that life balance, okay? We're having conversations with you every single week to get to a better you. Hopefully it's working, right? Okay, so you can check us out on all our social media platforms. Give us a like and also subscribe. Speaking about being real, when was the last time you were very unapologetic about the way you do you, baby?
We can't just start this when I'm laughing.
We are starting like this. This is the kind of energy we get here on this podcast. Do I even need to introduce her? Elle Ciiru in the flesh is here on our set. What up?
Hi, darling. How are you doing?
I'm good, sweetie.
I remember the last time. Oh, hi. Sorry.
Yeah,
hi, beautiful people. So you might know me from my frequent acts of randomness.
Right.
So I remember the last time that you invited me for an interview.
Yes.
And I didn't like the direction the interview was going.
Yeah.
I walked off a set. And apparently that made national news. Like,
It's
seriously,
just you.
not being able to take sugar honey iced tea should not be national news.
You're a piece of work. But you know what? I can't thank you enough for actually making time for this podcast. I'm so happy to have you. And I think the fact that, today we're talking about being unapologetic, owning your shame, so to speak, as you put it, when we were having this conversation on the phone, is going to really stir people up, because it's who best to actually talk about owning it. Right? So you've come a long way. Nairobi Diaries.
The funniest thing is Nairobi Diaries was the first thing I was remembered for.
Of course.
But it wasn't the first thing that I actually did.
Yeah.
So before Nairobi Diaries, I think I'd been on Wingula Moto, but it completely happened by accident. I was passing through by Nation Center.
Yeah.
And someone told me, "Kona audition, see when they."
How random.
I'm like, yeah, you know what? Someone's doing God's work.
You're right.
And I remember the time I was 17.
Yeah.
And I just walked into Nation Center. They asked me for an ID. I told them, but there's an ID. I'm 17, but clear high school. Okay.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I actually auditioned.
Aced it. Yeah. And aced.
And got the job
Immediately.
I don't think anyone has ever been more surprised when I rock an audition and I actually get the job more than I am.
Right.
But that was the first thing that I actually did. And then after I think I did Mali. And Mali, same weird audition process. I was found at Art Cafe.
And they're like, hi.
Art Cafe Westgate. Seated there having my... Let's not talk about that. But and that's where I actually got the second best job that I've ever gotten. Because first of all, I think things that I'm going to say, Alison taught me discipline. She taught me what it is to sit down and just be an actor and let other people take care of your image. Because there's a reason you have a team behind you.
Yeah.
No one is trying to make you look bad. They're just trying to tell a story.
Yeah. And how has that, transition been from obviously you doing your TV shows, then getting into reality TV?
Okay, so now reality TV.
Different ball game.
This is a whole different ball game because the one thing about it is there's a big question going around the world right now is how real is reality? Because literally the edit can make you look bad. Literally, I think RuPaul Charles, he keeps saying, actually they did this in edit. They made me look bad in edits. But you did say those things. So it was a very, very, very tangle of a dance.
Yeah.
Of trying to figure out what you can say, what you can't say, and how nothing negative can be edited around what it is that you mean.
Right.
And at that time, I think I was in my 20s. Babe, I was just trying to find myself, and I just thought that I wanted to actually inspire the world, but apparently that's not what reality TV is about.
Oh no, it's about the scandal.
Let's not talk about this. So a lot of people felt like I was there to show off a lifestyle that I didn't have, or I was, and I mean, television, especially reality, has gone that direction where people are just there to show you, oh, I got this and you don't.
Yeah.
But I can do that on social media, babe. I can do that
that's
on
what it's
social
there
media.
for.
That's why, like, I thank my ex.
Yeah.
I really, really thank my ex because when I first started on social media, do you know what I wanted to call myself?
What?
Ella Cruella. And he said, you can't call yourself that. You can't manifest those words into life. And he was like, no, look for a different word. I'm not helping you. In fact, but then she'll turn off the Wi-Fi for the whole house.
Yes.
So you don't call yourself that. And I was like, okay. And, you know, looking back right now, like Elle Inspired was meant to be because I have been inspired by so many things. I've been inspired by so many people. I've been inspired by so many journeys.
Yeah.
And I hope that I've inspired some too, but I'm not narcissistic enough to actually sit there and actually wonder how many people have I helped.
Right. Why would you say that show damaged you?
It damaged me because at the point that we were doing that show, there was no mental health.
Oh.
Checkup.
Yeah.
Like the checkup on your wellness. On how
are you guys okay?
Yeah, you understand.
Do you mind what people said on last week's episode? Like,
it was just about like creating the most drama that you can, because no offense, the entertainment is in the drama.
It's true.
I think I'm watching the only reality show that I watch. Okay, I watch quite a few, but unless someone is trying to find love, I don't understand why I'm watching a reality show. I'm watching how someone else lives. Why?
I know. And that's the thing. Like, people will continuously hate on reality stars, but the obsession, I mean, already tells you.
It's like the
how we
principle.
think.
When you actually know that something is bad for you, it's bad for your mental
addiction.
health. It automatically, you're like, okay, how wet is the paint? Let me touch.
Yeah.
So for me, it actually was an accidental decision. Not necessarily an accidental decision, because I think this is like one of my only regrets that I never got to address this with my father before he became late, like before he died. Like how I spoke about him, how I portrayed him. Because he's also like, you know, the good things that I said never made it onto the show, but the bad things that I said did, because it was about stirring up the drama, stirring up the crowd, making things interesting. And apparently nice is not interesting.
No, it's not. Nice is boring. Nice is boring. No, but it's true. The nice ones always get cut off. You're always the first one on the chopping block if you're not dramatic enough. So it's a lot of pressure. Like, even sometimes did you feel like you had to act beyond yourself? Like you had to be put on another character?
I feel like I actually lost a lot of myself because I started playing it safe, because I was also trying not to be, you know, the explosive trailer for the next time. Because sometimes when you see yourself in the trailer and you don't actually understand the context, you're like, what did I do now?
Right. And they hide that shit from you until you actually see it. Like,
as I said,
on playback, you're like, wait.
I come from the school of thought of no one is trying to make you look bad, to the school of thought of the worse you look, the better. And the worse I behaved, the more popular I became.
Right.
And the worse people behaved, the more popular they became. And that became a popularity contest. It didn't actually become about telling the true stories or, you know, living a true life. Because a lot of people, like a lot of reality stars, a lot of famous people on Instagram, social media and whatever have ended up in debt.
Because
they are trying to actually maintain a lifestyle they do not have. You can't afford it. Tafadhali kula chapati madondo kwa saidi ya barabara. Relax. No one is that invested in your success. They're that invested in your failure. Do not fund your own failure. Don't fund it. It's unnecessary.
It's really on you.
So I quit, and then at some point it became really hard to get legitimate jobs. So I came back for an encore season because I am just that dumb.
No, but whatever gets you through, you know.
I'm sorry, rent was due. No offense. For all the things that I will say about Nairobi Diaries, the check was good.
The check was good.
The check was good.
Right.
Because I've done acting projects where the check is not so good. But this was not an acting project. It was like literally be yourself and I'll pay you for that. I remember when you were sending me what you asked me, what do you think got you on the show? Like, what part of your personality? the fact that I was fearless then,
Yes.
I am rediscovering my fearlessness now.
It's different.
In my late 30s,
Yeah.
but in my late 20s, what? Who are you? Who can bogo me?
Yeah.
I think Unboogable was my brand. Like I actually was not scared of anything. I wasn't scared of any loss. I wasn't scared of whatever. It hadn't sunk in.
Yeah.
That life changes. Because my life was perfect.
You're happy the way you are. I love it. Now, speaking about the unbogable character. So you've obviously been branded as a very controversial public figure. I mean, you rank, I don't know if you're top 50, top 30.
I'm actually on Kenya at 50. I'm a hint in that game.
So you've had a lot of ish going on, and particularly the one about the nudes.
Ooh,
The nudes.
there's not enough coffee in this cup.
She asked for an espresso, by the way. We give her. It's a shot. So, oh my God, that was a crazy time. Or was it not?
It was a crazy time because the funniest thing is a lot of people first of all thought that I did this seeking for attention.
Like you actually posed for, yeah.
Funnily enough, it was a self-portrait. Oh gosh.
That went terribly wrong.
In my quest to be loved.
Okay.
Because literally, I wasn't even looking to be this man's one night stand or whatever, because that trust had been built over time.
Right. So it was for him. Was it supposed to be
It was
like a
supposed
gift?
to be for him.
Okay.
Because I'm like, ooh.
You would give a guy your nudes who's not your husband. You loved him that much.
Let's not use the L word that carelessly.
Okay.
It's literally, I was trying to convince him to love me.
Okay.
Which was,
Yeah.
and I say this and I sit here and I own it because I feel like so many people have done this.
Yes.
Because it's happening more prevalently right now and whatever, because someone tells you, if you're not going to give me the nookie, then you might as well show me the cookie. And that was what it was. Because I was holding, the 3-month rule. Oh, please, women, I beg you, stop reading self-help books for women written by men. Just stop. It's a no-no.
Yeah.
Because this was based on, Steve Harvey's book.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Act like a woman, think like a man.
Right.
Thank you. So I was like, oh, yay, men are visual
90
creatures.
days,
Let me
yeah.
give him that. And then suddenly I wake up one day and this guy is actually telling me that if I don't give him this amount of money, he shall post my nudes to the world. And it was in that moment that I actually realized that everything that I'd been working towards was false.
Oh no. Yeah.
And I remember going to my friend Eric's house, Eric and Vicky Wilendavi, and I told them, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not okay. My needs are being released tomorrow.
Because you just told the guy, look,
I can't.
Yeah.
Like it's not that I don't want to. And the one thing about blackmail is it never finishes.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. The moment you start paying someone off, you'll be paying them off for the rest of your life. And these guys helped me sit down. They sat me down. They helped me cry. But the first reaction, anyone who's met me knows I cry a lot. Look, these are tears.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, this is going to happen anyway.
Oh no.
So how's about I just man up and face it?
Yikes. Who's coming to your mind at that time? Are you thinking
Oh
my
God,
folks?
my dad.
My dad. Oh.
Because single parent family, my dad, I'm like, oh God, no. And then it's also my sisters.
Oh.
It's
no,
also, but I'm sorry. I don't know if I have fans, but never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Never my Instagram followers. And then the worst thing is, literally, apparently it had been sold as an exclusive. And I remember a former friend.
Yeah.
I will call him a former friend very proudly because I no longer deal with people like that. And I
Nice.
do not condone bad behavior, has the audacity to send that image of myself
to you,
to me.
And he's like, yeah, what's this?
No, not Ati, what's this? Ati, oh, you look hot. Lord God Almighty. I think it was at that point that I actually lost my cool.
Yeah.
So we crafted a statement.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
Thank you. So we crafted a statement.
Yeah.
And I posted it and I was like, you know what? Anyone who actually feels the need to actually see these images, first of all, they were not taken for you.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you actually, whatever, you're giving my abuser exactly what he wants. Because for him, he wanted me to feel shame. He wanted... And no offense, I will say this, I looked hot. Anyway, that's not the point. It was very... It hurt my vulnerabilities.
Of course, yeah.
It made me feel worthless. It made me feel like no one was looking out for me.
Yeah.
But
you are alone. I mean, nobody could understand it. Who would be able to understand? Even if someone tells you sorry, like...
Actually, I can answer that question.
Yeah.
The next day, my boys actually planned for me a trip. And I went to Mombasa and I lived there for a year. Because if I couldn't be seen, not a year, a month actually. If I couldn't be seen, no one could talk about it. Like it lost all traction because no one could see me cry about it. No one could see me drink about it. No one could see me. I was in Mombasa living my best life.
And you literally
and this
you were
was
off in the internet.
Paid.
Yeah.
The boys actually paid for it because they were like, you know what, if this happened to my daughter, I'd feel a certain type of way. So I do have a great community of male friends.
Wow.
That actually stood in the gap for me at that point and made sure that it had as little impact as possible.
Yeah.
And I remember the worst thing is, by mine being leaked, I met other people that this same person had done that to.
So this guy is like a repeat offender.
Repeat.
Oh, shit.
And he actually used to look for people that he thinks want popularity or it's...
Yeah.
Let's just say it's just a hot mess. But I finally did get my justice. It just took about a year.
Yeah.
Because one of those chicks said she's not letting it go.
Wow.
So... it's not about vengeance because vengeance belongs to the Lord. It's about justice. And eventually, because there's, the worst thing is the internet never forgets.
Yeah.
So those images still exist. I have to live with this for the rest of my life. But it did change my life, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
In a good way. Because I actually did meet friends for life.
Yeah.
Through that experience, I also... learned my worth through that experience. I also learned how to be loved properly through that experience. Because I promise you, if you're trying to date me, you'll ask me for a nude, I'll tell you, here, come, take me to a resort, and then you can probably see me naked. But it's never going to be that I will send pictures that I've taken of myself to you because I think that's what's fractured. I don't trust like that anymore. I can't.
Yeah. How did any of this affect your work? Did you find yourself out of work for a very long time because now producers are thinking a certain way, directors are thinking a certain type of way? Your acting community.
The funniest thing for me is 80% of the work that I've done in this industry is actually for two of my best friends, Philippe Bresson and Grace Kahaki.
Oh.
And they said they're not going to let this break me. So I did appear in shows and whatever, but not as frequently as I wanted to. But it was also the fear of being mocked, the fear of someone posting that in the comments. So I went to the... Instagram has a segment where you can choose words you never want to see on your feed and things that can't access you. Like you choose a category of words, filter words.
Yeah.
So I just did the filter words, but it took me a while to actually gain the courage to actually come back because I don't think that a lot of the people that I've worked with in the past or whatever would judge me by one mistake.
Okay.
But it's also not mine. Anything that doesn't happen to you isn't yours to begin with. Stop taking it personally.
So you refuse to own it. In that sense, you're like, I said,
this is not me.
It's not me. I didn't do this.
It isn't mine.
Yeah.
Because I didn't. Do you know the purpose of this entire endeavor was to cause me shame.
Yeah.
To tell me you can actually whatever. Look at Kim Kardashian, and I'm not saying that this should be a moral example for anyone, but
no, please don't go make a sex tape and hope that you're also going to be worth billions. Okay, because she's the exception to the rule. Okay,
she's the exception to the rule. But you see, it didn't destroy her.
It did not.
So when you find yourself having mentors that you're like, okay, even me, by the way, I'm sorry, I'm not of this class. Lakini, if it worked for her, it could work for me. When you find yourself sitting down and having petty conversations like that with yourself, and therapy really helped. I advise for anyone who actually goes through any kind of trauma, go to therapy. I swear it doesn't cost as much as you think it does, and it really does help. It's very impactful as to how you think, because literally all that had to change was not my circumstance. All that had to change is how I felt about myself.
It's true, isn't it? And by the way, just like that, people started to respond differently towards you.
Yeah, because basically you looked at me and you're like, oh, I've seen your nudes. Okay, congratulations. Did I send them to you? No. So why are you telling me?
Why are you even talking to me?
As in, at what point do you think this is a conversation?
Yeah.
What? And
you shut people down immediately the minute they bring it up.
What were you thinking? My reaction would be like, I'd bow my head.
Yeah.
Say, I looked pretty. Move on. Go bully someone who can afford to be bullied.
Wow.
But it actually gave me strength of character, because I learned how to shut down my bullies, and I also learned how to actually shut down my inner saboteur, the person who inside you sabotages you and tells you, oh, people don't like you, or
people think you're this, people think you're that. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen this side of you ever. So you have a really good poker face, I think. And it's nice that you're putting it that way, because you see, the thing is, people who didn't know you like this would actually think that it's very intentional. Ella is, the type of person who would have wanted that, This was...
No one wants to be abused.
She's just a crazy babe.
No one wants to be abused. You actually do understand that people are necessarily sometimes a part of the environment, like the environment you put yourself in, because I have put myself in dangerous spaces. I have put myself in spaces that didn't work for my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health. And I have taken myself out of those spaces when I got bored of them, because I just had to get bored of being unhappy. That's the reason that the side of me that is the happy, quirky, fun-loving one, the one who sits on a speaker next to the DJs and talks to no one, and basically that's like the funnest night out.
Yeah. So you've moved from blaming yourself to now living life without regret.
Living life without regret and living life unapologetically. Do you know what unapologetically is?
Yeah.
Unless I actually wrong someone or unless I wrong myself.
Yeah.
There's no need for an apology. And the only apologies that I feel are worth giving or worth receiving are adjusted behavior. If you're not going to adjust your behavior, don't come and tell me sorry. As who?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Sorry is a 5-letter word. It means nothing. It changes nothing.
But so many of us feel or operate in that space of fear, and self-blame. And it's like, okay, last weekend I did this, or a year ago this and this happened to me, and you can't shake it off because you always just feel eyes are on me, people have perceptions of me. How do I navigate around that?
There's something that I actually believe in, and yes, my friend Danique, who takes me to church, is one of the only people who actually figured this out about me, because we met, but we're doing our makeup one day, and she didn't talk to people. Even my makeup artist that has done her makeup for years didn't know she talked. And it was just a soul connection, and she started taking me to church, and I realized, like, when I started going to church and when I started praying, fear and faith cannot exist in the same room. So you choose one to chase the other away. If you choose fear, guess what? It'll chase faith away. You can't believe in anything. You can't trust anything. But faith is everything.
Right.
You can't choose it partially. You can't say...
This is the point where you're like...
That's the only thing that I'll tell people. Find your faith. Even if
this and this
it
happened.
doesn't make sense. find your faith, because faith will always chase fear away. It's like how even a candle in the dark chases darkness away from its essence. It doesn't exist. Your eyes will adjust and you'll start to see the room clearer.
Yeah. And you may say, okay, fine, true, the circumstances were beyond your control, whatever this individual did, blackmailing you. But then forgiving yourself for trusting this individual must have been a very hard thing. It's like, the F was I even thinking,
I know they say that there's five stages of grief. I went through every single one of them.
Plus another
and
one.
then after that, guess what? After I got to acceptance, I went back to anger.
But
as I said, therapy.
There. Yeah, people are there.
As I said, therapy really helps, because the one thing about it is literally, there's something that I have been taught. It's called, it's called the miracle practice. What would you do if your life was exactly what you wanted it to be right now in this moment? What would you do? You understand?
I don't know. I know, but there's nothing more beyond that, because you'll have already achieved everything.
It's not about that. Like, what would you do? Like, how would you live? How would you walk? How would you talk?
Yeah.
And that's something that it takes a lot of practice. Let me not even lie. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But every day I live like I'm a living, breathing work of art, a miracle to myself. And I'm like, oh yeah, I failed this audition. I hope the person who gets it is better than me. But no one's better than me. You understand? Like,
that is so amazing. And first of all, it's nice to know that also not getting it is part of the
sometimes
process.
It's actually protection. Sometimes the work you do not get is protecting you from what it is that you would have gone through.
I beg
you do not actually understand how many times I've actually watched people, like, I went for auditions for this project and someone is telling me in 6 months that sijalipo, but I'm like,
thank God I did not sign up for that.
No, like, thank you God I didn't get that job. Kumbe ulikuwa nani protect?
Ni God maze.
Because like, the funniest thing is we're so accustomed to only thanking God for what we perceive as the good things that happen to us. We don't thank him for the things that are not so good or the things that are questionable. But sometimes what opportunities are not for you are not yours.
Yeah.
And acceptance, like, has been a really great state to live in. Not Alabama, Texas, but really great state to live in. Because acceptance makes you more of yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you actually learn what it is that you can be responsible for, what you can take responsibility for.
Yeah.
And what you can't.
Yeah.
Imagine you give yourself freedom, and unfortunately, freedom isn't free.
You come off as someone who is so at peace right now.
Oh, it's been a journey.
No, honestly, but for someone to actually get to that, like the way you're saying, that state of mind, it's all a state of mind. To just be like, whatever is not mine, is not mine. I'm okay with it.
Do you know the one thing about it?
I'm supposed to be at, I'm good. Like, it's like a state of just zen, know?
It's not constant, because there's days that I have, like, bad days, like, especially when it comes to health, and then it's so sad. Have you actually realized, like, how in your 30s you lose so many friends, so many people? Like, we're just losing people constant.
Yeah.
So even when those things happen, like, first of all, and I'm sorry, it's very selfish for me to do this, but I do a self-examination of, if it was me, what am I at? Where am I? How would I be remembered? And that's not a healthy space to be. And I'm really trying. So there's still things that I struggle with,
of course,
constantly on a day-to-day.
Yeah, the especially really human experience.
No offense, it's become a day-to-day. You can't go like 3 weeks or a month without actually hearing of someone that you knew having passed away or
something.
Or being sick or needing contributions, and you're like, this person used to have the high life. How high can we rise? And is the fall, if I stop trying, is the fall going to be easier from a lower floor?
Probably.
Stop laughing, it's not funny.
Okay, I'll stop. But it's true, and it's some of those those things are kind of scary to think about.
I know.
It is. It's very scary to think about. But I'm proud of you, and I just like how you kind of just blossomed into this different individual. Ella, good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, this is now what catching up is all about. But I can't even believe it. And even as a creative, and I know this really doesn't have much to tie in with your story really, but with creatives, you've been able to express yourself in so many ways, and now look at what's happening in the country. How do you feel as a creative in this state, with the way the economy is going, with the way the country is being governed versus how things were before? I mean, what was that space like then? What's that space like now?
I can actually tell this because, hold on, when does my non-disclosure expire? Let me just say, the state of affairs is showing up everywhere, because I remember I did get paid really well for my first job. I'm talking about Wingula Motor, NTV, whatever. Yeah. Half state-owned, half Aga Khan Foundation owned. Yeah. And they still paid better. But basically, I have people who are in court with corporations because, sorry, I came, I worked, you actually used my image and likeness, but you didn't get the kind of sponsorship.
You're like, I don't know about that. Just pay me.
Just pay me. My job was one, to come, act, and go home. But unfortunately, it's... Yeah. The trickle-down effect is something that you can't ignore. Like, we don't live in a vacuum. So even in the industry that I am in, it's actually still working. And you see, like, even the people... Because I hear a lot of influencers say, "Oh, by the way, I make 2.5 million a day." You understand? And they probably do, but not necessarily, like, from influencing. Yeah. But you know what? Not my business, not my monkey, not my circus, not my zoo. My circus and my zoo is... Especially for a government that promised so much to the arts.
Yeah, to the creative.
I feel like they have just failed on a massive scale. And then sometimes I actually look at social media and look at the people, especially the loudest voices. Do you know how those loudest voices were silenced?
Right.
They were given a title. They were given a certificate. They were given a cash grant.
Right.
That way, the loudest voices are silenced because guess what? It is against my natural instinct to work against myself.
Right.
And I don't blame them. As in, honestly, everyone's just
survival
trying to survive.
Yeah.
Everyone is just trying to survive.
Yeah.
But the brainwashing won't last long. I just pray that is the essence of it. Because I remember at the end of the Moi era, people like Akin are ridiculous. Who, by the way, is being ridiculous in the government right now. KJ, that one's for you. They came up to actually speak about social injustice and whatever, and that actually changed.
I know. Look at them now.
Look at them now. All of them. Oh my God. Like how someone says, "Give me $1 million, I shall show you my true character."
Yeah. That's what's happened.
That is them.
So you feel so forgotten.
It's not about forgotten. I feel misrepresented.
Right.
Because the people that I grew up looking up to, guess what? They've all just become turncoats. Yeah. They sold out.
Yeah. Cashed out.
Let me just tell you that. Marajoninga money. Because the one thing that people keep forgetting. Yeah. Curses go up to the third generation. You might not suffer your karma. Your kids, your grandkids might suffer your karma. Yeah. So congratulations on being an evil human being. It'll come home to roost.
But you're right. I really hope there's this light at the end of the tunnel, because the more you start to see
it at the moment, babe. Yeah. Can you see it? Like, especially after Monday.
Yeah. I know, it's so depressing.
And we can't stay depressed because guess what? We still have a couple of good days before we actually turn into another state of Gaza.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a couple of good days. So live while you're alive. Enjoy this while you still can. I'm choosing to look into the light versus look into the darkness, because we all have choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
My choice is, what perspective are you choosing to have? I'm choosing to be the change I want to see in the world.
Yeah.
And that's just how you treat your neighbor, how you treat the cab guy, how you treat the watchman. Like, every single person. Amen. Just be the light you are in the world. Because at some point, labda tamfikia. Labda
3
sabadilika.
generations down. And I was speaking about, being unapologetic about who you are. I know for ladies like us in this space, in the limelight, so to speak, yeah. I mean, African guys can be pretty judgmental.
Sorry.
And it's very hard, by the way, for that side of you, the soft, the feminine, the cute, the nice side to really shine through, because all we are seeing is the actress, the fame, the lights, the whatever, it's celeb, because I hate that damn title, celeb. But anyway, how do you operate in that space, in that dating space? How do you stick true to yourself? I mean, if guys are gonna be like, oh yeah, you're that chick from TV, and you're just like, I don't know,
the
if
funniest
you
thing
can handle
is,
me,
I found love. I found love a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And
Hey.
yes, we are living in love. So it's not a space I navigate anymore. But let me just tell you, every single time that I go out, I do get hit on. And 80% of the time, you let Chikwa Nairobi Diaries is what the title comes with. And I'm like,
well, okay, I don't know
because,
which one's worse.
people are in love.
Nairobi Diaries.
The persona versus the person. Because do you know, like, the one thing about it is, oh, sweetheart, I get paid to look sweet. I get paid to speak in this voice. When the check clears, this is my voice.
Yes.
This is how authoritative I am. This is the space I own.
Yeah.
So for me, just literally, okay, so this was my solution in my 20s. In my 20s, I did not date anyone who knew who I was.
Right.
Or what I did for a living. And if a guy's first 5 questions to you are, what do you do for uyo tafadhali,
Out the
and
door.
no one falls in love faster than a homeless man.
Ouch.
But it's
Hapo mjambiwa vibu.
no, but you see, the one thing about homeless is not necessarily that he didn't have a roof over his head.
I know.
It's like literally the people who actually don't have a good relationship with their families, they don't have a good relationship with their sisters, they have no solid friends. All their friends are bad friends. Acha nikwambie kitu. Huyo demnas.
No.
Yes.
But I like that. I like the fact that even for you to have gotten to this space where now you're dating, you're living in love, there were boundaries. There
were boundaries set.
There was, this is who I am.
And this is what my job is.
This is what my job
because
is.
You had to separate. I have to separate the two. Because the funniest thing is all his friends at first saw was Uyo Demo TV. So I was always fetishized in that way.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like, I am not a person he can love. I am not relationship material. I am not wife material. What exactly is wife material?
I don't know. By the way,
I'm just asking. Please. Is it calico?
I don't know. Ask me another one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because those are the things that I had to go through, because it's like what I chose to do for a living cannot create a bias as to how I will be loved.
It's true.
And this also came with accepting myself, because this is my passion. This is what I do.
Imagine. So
It is not who I am.
Right. And anybody who's expecting you to dumb down yourself just so that you get that guy, I mean, is that what you were put on this earth to be? To not be the best version of yourself.
Let me just tell you, I'm actually watching a lot of my ex-boyfriends on their second divorce. So I dodged a bullet.
Jeez.
Multiple bullets.
I don't know who you are, but we're apologizing to you. And we hope the second divorce goes well. Forget guys now. There's a lot going on with you now. What's new with you as we're wrapping up the podcast?
Okay, fine. So what's happening that's new with me? I got my first main character role. As in, seriously, it just took me like all of 21 years. But I got my first main role.
Yay.
It's in a show called Quarry. I'm not even the main. I share the spotlight, but I share the spotlight with amazing people. I can talk about Nzai Bonke, Vanessa O'Kale, Damaris.
Yes.
And Silayo. So those are the people that I share the spotlight with. But yes.
How long has it been signed up for? Like, do you know how many seasons are supposed to be done? Or it's,
unfortunately,
you're living every single day, day by day?
It's called a step at a time. No need to rush.
No, man, these guys are as cold. You're just living like guys of Game of Thrones. You know, they never used to know when they were going to die. Did you know that?
No. And then you, we've been renewed for a new season. Oh, okay. You start shooting tomorrow.
You're like, what the hell, dude?
No, but you know the one thing about it is I love the company that I work for because it keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
I never know what's coming.
No, that's good. It's good. The spontaneity is really good. It's good. But congratulations on that.
Ooh, thank you.
We're going to play the trailer for you, by the way, at the tail end of this. But honey, thank you so much for making time. What do you want to tell folks as we say Kwaheri?
I just want to tell you that literally, I know things are hard, things are weird, and we don't know what we're doing, especially as us millennials. And as a millennial, I'll tell you one thing. Life is short, live unapologetically, and don't always forget to have fun. Because what's the point of this if you're not going to enjoy it?
I love it. So, thank you for watching Ule Dem wa Nairobi Diaries. Ule Dem wa Tazama Chapa. Wamesema thanks for watching. Ule Dem wa Citizen TV na K24 wamekwambia thank you, subscribe, share this content. We'll see you next week on Hello Day. Bye.
Bye.